Hello, hello, hello. It's Amanda here just to bring you the start of the week. And because we've kind of kicked off into this festive season, I thought I would bring around some attention to what we're going to be doing with our animals during this time. So, if you've got children, you probably have them on school holidays already, and it becomes a little bit of a frantic environment. So during this time, we can often forget about our pets' needs. And I thought if we bring attention to it now, then we're going to minimize that. And not only on Christmas Day, but this whole holiday season when things can get a little bit shaken up. So tip number one is all about creating normal routine for your animals. So things like still feeding them at the same time, even though you may be out and about wanting to do other things. It's really important that they have an established routine, even though they're part of the excitement of what's going on. So, make sure you have your collar and lead close by so that every single day you're taking them for their walk, if not twice a day or more. The next thing we want to talk about is the excitement of maybe you've got people coming around from the school holidays and having play dates and things like that, or maybe during your festive season you've got family visiting or friends visiting, and it can get really exciting. And animals, particularly dogs, can get really hypersensitive to that and get excited. So making sure that they also still have their quiet time. So that dogs particularly sleep like 18 hours a day. So even though you might be, amping up and revving up, make sure that they also get their little nap time and quiet time. And some really lovely oils to help you during this, whether you choose to diffuse it or whether you choose to apply it, could be things like our balance oil. That's fantastic to have anytime. So remember, if you're going to be putting this on animals, we always recommend that you dilute. So a drop in your hand with a bit of fractionated coconut oil, rub your hands together and then down the spine, really easy. The other one is the lavender piece. Again, fantastic to have at any time. And if you have these roller balls, these are also good because they're already pre-diluted, so it makes it very easy to put on your hand and down their body. So Peace for some dogs really works super well. And then who can't go past old Lavender? So those are really handy to have around there. So remember also things like cats. Sometimes cats decide to go away when people are around. So if that's a familiar thing that your cat does, just make sure that you still pay them attention, make sure that they know that you love them. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about is food choices. So, at this time of year, a lot of us lose our diet and lose our normal routines, and the same will go for your animals because you're in that festive spirit. Sometimes we're like, oh, I'll just give you a little bit more of this, or I'll give you this additional treat that you want. So being very mindful of the types of foods you give to your pets. There are some absolute no-nos to give to animals, particularly for dogs, and chocolate. So if you've got a box of chocolates hiding under the tree as a gift for someone, and your dog is a sniffer and then maybe a bit of a present opener, that could be really harmful. So just making sure that those kind of things are out of sight and out of mind for your animal. And then, yes, we all overindulge. So, it can happen. So then we're going to bring out our Digestion for our animals. Remember, this would be fantastic for us too. So again, just a little dilution on your hand. You can rub it on the belly in a clockwise direction so that you can give them a little bit of comfort and ease from that eating. The next thing we wanted to talk about was maybe you're going to be spending more time outdoors, depending on where you are in the world. Here in Australia, we've got beautiful sunshine going on. We're in the heat of summer. So maybe you're out about and maybe you're going to the beach a little bit more and you're in areas that you're not necessarily always in. So just making sure that you're going to arm them up, right? So this is for bug repellent and making sure no nasties come onto their body. Now I do that in a spray. I'll again wipe it down Bear's back. But the other thing I like to do is I coat his collar, his neck collar, in the scent because sometimes he doesn't want it on his body, and I can understand. So there are some scents that I don't always want on my body. So that's another way. You could even put it in a water dilution and soak it just for a little while in that will also depend what type of collar you have. That's a cloth collar. If you have a leather one, maybe it doesn't work as well. So just being, sensible with what you do. And then also, which would be in the Terra Armor, is an oil that we use for cedarwood. Now, cedarwood could play two roles here. It could be a grounding, calming oil, or it could be one of those oils that are going to help with that bug repellent state. So those are just some of the oils that I thought would be useful. So tip number 5 is all about what present are you going to buy for your animal. So if you haven't already thought about it, or while you're watching this, pop a comment below and tell us what you think your Christmas present to your pet is going to be, and whether that be a dog or a cat or a budgie or a guinea pig or whatever pet you have. And here comes the next thing to think about. We are so used to taking toxins out of our lives, and we need to make sure that we're doing the same with our animals. So Bear right now is in his little box, and maybe I can show you, of toys right there, and he's choosing the one that he wants the most. Bless his little heart. But some toys are not actually eco-friendly, and they are made with dreadful ingredients. So just, if you've never looked at an eco-friendly type of toy before, the Kong series are fantastic. They're more natural fibered. The Chuck It balls, which Bear just chews and chews and chews anyway, are also a little bit more environmentally friendly. So if that's something that you're doing in your life, make sure that that filters into your pet's life as well. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic time with your animals over the season. And if you have any questions about anything that I've shown, or you want to ask anything more specific, please feel free to drop a note below, and we'll be in touch as soon as we can. Have a great day, everybody, and see you around soon. Bye.